Reconciliation not in sight as Celtics legend Paul Pierce reaffirms LeBron James feud, a feud that never retired. The storied rivalry between NBA superstar LeBron James and the Boston Celtics appears to have a permanent fixture in retired Celtics icon, Paul Pierce. The longtime adversary of James has publicly addressed their contentious relationship, stating emphatically that any potential reconciliation or burying of the hatchet is not on the cards. Pierce's comments came during a recent media appearance, reinforcing a decade-and-a-half-long, highly personal feud that originated on the court and has now firmly planted itself in the media and punditry landscape. This is not just a professional rivalry, it is a clash of legacies that continues to play out years after both men hung up their jerseys. The current context: the legacy wars. The immediate trigger for the latest flare-up appears to be ongoing debates about NBA legacy, specifically centering around who is the greatest player of all time, GOAT, and how LeBron James's career stacks up against that of Michael Jordan, a player Pierce often ranks above James. Pierce's recent statements during a high-profile interview on a sports show. Pierce did not mince words, reigniting the flame by making controversial claims about James's championships. He suggested that if he and James had been the same age, the outcome of James's 4 titles would have been different, implying he would have prevented James from reaching that achievement. He has also previously claimed to be the best pure scorer in NBA history, a title clearly aimed as a slide at James and a response to James's own commentary about Kevin Durant's scoring ability. The media battleground for years, Pierce has used his platform as an analyst to consistently minimize James's accomplishments, often leaving him off his all-time top 5 lists. This consistent criticism keeps the rivalry alive and fuels the ongoing media narrative. The historical roots of the rivalry. The animosity between the two stars dates back to the very beginning of LeBron James's NBA career in 2003, and it is rooted in years of intense playoff showdowns between Pierce's Celtics and James's Cleveland Cavaliers and Miami Heat. The infamous spitting incident, rookie year. As told by former teammate Kendrick Perkins, the feud began in James's rookie season during a preseason game. A young James was getting hyped on the Cavaliers bench, which prompted Pierce to begin trash-talking. The incident escalated when Pierce reportedly spat toward the Cavaliers bench, which was seen as the ultimate sign of disrespect to the newly minted king. The incident almost resulted in a full-blown altercation and established a genuine, mutual dislike that persisted throughout their playing days. The playoff duels. Their rivalry reached its peak in the Eastern Conference playoffs. 2008 ECSF Game 7. This was perhaps their most iconic matchup, with Pierce's 41 points and James's 45 points squaring off in a classic duel that saw the Celtics ultimately win and go on to win the NBA championship. This victory allowed Pierce and the Celtics to claim they were the dominant force that initially kept James from reaching the NBA summit. The Miami Heat era. James's move to Miami was heavily fueled by his inability to get past the Celtics. When he finally did, their Eastern Conference Finals matchups were high-tension, legacy-defining battles that cemented the deep personal antagonism between the two leaders. The reconciliation stance. The core news here is the confirmation of no truce. While many rivals grow to respect each other in retirement, think Magic Johnson and Larry Bird, Pierce seems intent on keeping the competitive fire burning. When addressing the possibility of making amends, Pierce's firm answer that it is not on the cards signifies a lasting refusal to validate James's legacy. For Pierce, the continued verbal battle appears to be an extension of their on-court rivalry, a psychological warfare he continues to wage in retirement. Conclusion: a feud for the ages. The ongoing tension between Paul Pierce and LeBron James remains a fascinating element of modern NBA history. It is a genuine, deep-seated antagonism that goes beyond simple sports talk and underscores the cutthroat nature of their championship pursuits. While LeBron James has largely maintained silence on Pierce's consistent barbs, the Celtics legend's refusal to reconcile ensures that this iconic, bitter rivalry will continue to generate headlines for the foreseeable future.